everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Miriam and this is Mary Vintage Art. I'm so excited to show you how I made these beautiful wood razors and farmhouse slash rustic decor. So let's get started. This is the first one. So you will need a wood round. This is about 7 inches wood round that I get from Walmart. It cost me 97 cents, which is very cheap. You will need 2 of these, and I went with my gray. It's almost like aged gray color. Not color, it's actually a stain. Okay, so I stained it the front and around 1.5 inch on the other side. So I did this for 2 of them, and then I have those wood beads. They measure 25 mm, and I got those from Amazon, and I did stain them the same color, and I used a total of 8 of these. Those I'm gonna use to make my legs, the legs for the razor. So I did get a wood dowel from Dollar Tree, and they fit perfectly inside. This is gonna make them stick together and give them more support. I fit them through the wood dowel as you saw, and then I started feeding them in my wood beads and measuring, cutting them, and I made 4 of these for my 4 legs. Now I'm gonna use Gorilla Super glue gel, and I'm gonna put it on the wood dowel, and then I'm gonna add some hot glue between the dowels, between the 2 wood beads, so that will give me a immediate hold, and the Gorilla Gel Super Glue will give me a permanent hold. Now I'm just cleaning the extra wood glue, the extra the extra glue that was coming out. Now I'm just gonna give it a more rustic look by just dry brushing some white chalk paint from Waverly on the top and all over the edges, and I'm just gonna do this for the top one. I don't need to do it for the bottom one because nobody obviously gonna see it. And I did this for my 4 legs as well. This is how it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna take my bottom one, and what I'm gonna do is using both glue, the Gorilla Super Glue with my hot glue, and when you put them both together, just try not to mix them together. They do work together, but they give you that bad smoke that burn your eyes sometimes, so please be careful with that. Now that I did all my 4 legs and I'm done, I'm gonna get a fishing wire, the clear one, and I'm gonna feed my wood beads. These are 16 mm. I get them in bulk from Amazon, and I use around 35 wood beads, and then I'm gonna tie my wire together about 3 times, 3 knots, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of wood glue just to make sure that it's not gonna come off, and I'm gonna cut the extra that's coming out of it. So I used the clear one so nobody can see if the wood beads are like a little bit apart. Nobody can see the color, and this was a clever idea that I got from some other DIYers. Now I'm just gonna put small dabs of my gel super glue around the edges, and I'm gonna add a few dots of the hot glue as well, just to give it an immediate hold. And I'm gonna make sure that it's centered, it's on the edges nicely. Then I'm gonna add some more of my gel super glue on the beads, on the top of them, where the other wood round will be sitting on, along with some hot glue as well. And then I'm gonna press it in place for a few seconds, and I'm gonna add a lot of weight on the top of that until they hold. And I usually leave it around 10 minutes to 15 minutes, and then I can move it around. This is how it's gonna look like in the end, and I do absolutely love it. Now I made this one as well, the same technique, the same everything, just used Waverly chalk paint instead of my stain, and I used one bead for my foot, and this is how it came out. It's absolutely gorgeous. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like it. Hit the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video, and like the video if you like it. Now DIY number 2. I'm gonna use the same wood round, but this time I want to make it higher and looking different. And I got this wood mini, they are like medium size candle holder from Amazon as well. I'm gonna link that below. Very cheap. I'm gonna use Waverly chalk paint, Waverly antique wax on the candle holder and the wood round as well. It's the same wood round as I usually get from Walmart, the same one, and I applied my stain, then I applied my wax, and then I removed the excess so it dries faster. And I did this on the candle holder and as well as the top of my wood round, and only 2 inches from the bottom for the edges. As you can see here, now I'm going to glue them together using my E6000 along with some hot glue. So you don't want to mix these together. Never mix them. They never work. They come off very easily, never hold. Just added a few dabs of my E6000, and in between I added my hot glue. Now I'm going to hold it in place until my hot glue sit in place, and I'm gonna take some more of my antique wax and cover that bottom section to give it a complete finished look. It's very easy to do, but it comes out really high end. This one especially is my favorite. I hope you like it too. So I'm just going to use a baby wipe to clean the extra stain or the Waverly antique wax. Now I want to show you how I cut my wood beads using my miter shears that I get from Walmart. No, actually this one is from Lowe's, and it's very cheap. It's about $11. So what I do is I hold the bead, as you saw. Sorry, I'm late in talking. I hold my beads in the middle where the hole is on the top and in the bottom. And then I just snip it with my miter shears. And that's all. It's very easy. I did this for all my beads. I don't remember how many I used. And then I used that gel super glue that I get from the Dollar Tree. And you get 2 in a pack. Very, very, very good. It works absolutely amazing. And I'm going to place them, leaving a little bit of space between the beads and the edge of my wood round. As you can see here, I did not stain the beads before I put them because I was afraid that the wax would not hold fast, and I was working fast. So I did them this way, and then I applied them, and I'm spacing them very carefully to all look the same. Adding my gel super glue on the edges of the wood bead and placing them where the mini hole is facing the other bead, not on the outside of the edge or on the inside. I hope that makes sense. So I did this with all the beads, and it came out really perfect. The gel super glue holds in seconds. So it did give me a good hold. And it didn't take a long time to dry. It just dried instantly. I'm just making sure here that this one is having enough wood, enough glue. I didn't want to use hot glue because it's gonna make it like pop up, and it will make some gap between the beads and the wood round, and I did not want that to show. Now, after I finished gluing all of them, spacing, making sure that the space is equal between each one, this is how it's gonna look like, and I'll give it a few seconds to hold before I move to my next step, which is staining them. With a very small detailed brush, I went between and all over the wood beads and wiping them after to get any excess out. And I tried the baby wipe then, but I liked the brush method, which gets in between the beads perfectly. Now I'm gonna use some white Waverly chalk paint to lightly distress, and this was the absolute amazing thing that I did. It bring out all that beauty in the wood beads, and it give it a lot of dimension. I went over my wood beads first, and then I decided that I wanted the lightly distressing all over. So I did very light distress about on the edges and on the top, and then I'm gonna move ahead and do it on my leg too, which is the candle holder, and I did it in strikes motions, so it looks really natural, and it came out perfect. Yeah, I really loved this one. This is how it turned out to look, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Now to DIY number 3, which is a wall decor. So I got this oval a wood piece from Dollar Tree, and I painted it using my Waverly antique wax, and I got 3 utensils also from Dollar Tree, different shapes, whatever shapes you want, and I painted them with an ink black chalk paint. Then I made a decal using my Cricut, just a regular decal that you get for free on your Cricut space, and it's saying Mom's Kitchen open 24/7, and I thought this is so cute. I measured it and I cut it on my Cricut, transferred it to my wood piece, and it looked adorable. It's perfect for Mother's Day gifts. Very, very, very cute. So my transfer tape was like really sticking. I don't know why. I should have changed it. I'm thinking of changing it. So after I transferred the decal, look how beautiful was that. I absolutely love it. Now I'm just gonna flip it to the other side, which is going to be my back, and I'm going to take a measurement of my center and 2 inches from each side where I'm going to be placing my utensils. And I'm going to take one of them, which is going to be on my center, and I'm going to glue it using E6000 along with some hot glue. But of course, don't mix it together because they don't work well together. I'm going to place this one in the center, and then I'm gonna place the other ones on the right side and the left side, and making sure that you glue them on an angle toward the center one. This is gonna make it look more realistic and more high-end. And I did the same, putting E6000 and hot glue as well, making sure that I angle them and making sure that the height of all 3 of them is the same from the bottom and the top. This is how it's gonna look like, even and very high end. Now I need to make the hanger on the back, and making the hanger, I'm gonna use this thick jute twine that I get from Walmart, making a knot on one side and then measuring where I want it, and then I'm gonna make another knot on the other side and cutting any extras. I'm sorry if I'm out of frame here. Adding a generous amount of hot glue on either ends, making sure they are even from each side. And then I'm gonna take this scrap burlap that I get from Dollar Tree, burlap ribbon, and I'm gonna double it because it's very see-through. You can see through it. So I'm gonna measure it to cover the seam of my hanger, and also to give it more stability and make it more stronger. The piece is very lightweight, but just to be sure. So I did put a lot of hot glue over the nuts, and then I added my ribbon over them, and this is how they gonna look like. So cute, and I love this piece. Absolutely my best favorite. Now DIY number 4, I got this wood house shaped frame from the Target dollar spot, and I did cut HME on my Cricut with a regular font, and I just measured in the center where I'm gonna put them, and I'm gonna use a wood beads that I stained to make my O as a small wood beads O shape wreath. So this piece actually cost me $3, and you can absolutely use stickers from Walmart, from Dollar Tree. The size of them is going to be perfect for this project. And I just transferred them, lined them up, measuring them with my ruler. This is how it's gonna look like. Now let's use our wood beads, and I'm just gonna put them in a floral wire that I get from Dollar Tree, and I used total of 10 wood beads. These are like small, medium size. I think it was 14 mm. I get them also from Amazon. And I tried shaping it like an O, and the color of it looked perfect with the frame. And I got this wreath a long time ago in the Christmas, I think, from Target dollar spot as well. I'm just using some of the greenery. I loved it. It was only $3, and I'm using it for a long time now. The color of the greenery is absolutely beautiful, and I just got a few little pieces out of it, added it on the two sides of my wood bead wreath, just to give it more color and natural. And it's very natural colors, this thing. I love it. And then I got this lace ribbon from Dollar Tree. Of course, all of you know it. If you love crafting, it's absolutely my favorite. I love the natural color. And I made a really simple bow, put it in my middle, and hot glue it. And I just got any extra that was just looking not clean look for me. And that was it. Now I'm gonna flip it over, put some hot glue, and put it in place. And oh my God, this piece, so simple, so easy, but yet so pretty. Now this is the final reveal. This is how the first one looked like. And this is the second one. And you can add any decor, any candle on the top of it. It's just beautiful. It will add a lot to any space. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, very gorgeous. This is my absolute favorite too, and the kitchen wall decor. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next week.